Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Lakshmi. Good morning, Ankita. Good morning, Akshita. Good morning, Renuka. Brilliant. So, Ankita and Akshita at home now today? No traveling today?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, fabulous. Good to have you, right? So, Rashmi, few are, I believe, she will be checking, right? Any status on them, Rashmi? Others? Okay. Okay, and how? Okay, please. Thank you very much. Great. Brilliant. So, another day, right? So, another day and second day of the week. Brilliant. So, so what we did yesterday, we did our assessment yesterday. What happened on Saturday, right? So that is something we did yesterday, and we also discussed about the free speech feedback. This is what we did. So, is there any assignment which has been given in the class which we have to do in terms of words or something like that, Akshita?
Yes, sir. Sentence. To make sentence.
Sorry?
To make sentence. 2 words.
2 words are there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, fine, fantastic. So 2 words are there. Okay, great. So that is one. And apart from that, what we will do for this particular week. So we will carry on with the lesson plans as well. But apart from that, let me start with something in terms like group discussion. So do you know what is group discussion in this particular class? Does everybody know what is group discussion? Pooja?
Sir, discussing about one topic in a group.
Fantastic, brilliant. So simply said and so nicely said. That is precisely what it is, Pooja. Fantastic, right? So discussing about any topic in the group, right? So which is a group here? Why I'm saying this? Because that is something which we will do in this particular class as well, right? So, so one thing is that we have because this would be a kind of an activity where you will be participating, you will be doing, right? Like we did the free speech. So that is brilliant. So that is fabulous. So Ankita, this is an activity which we will do in the class. So what is the benefit when we do in the class? What is the benefit for the participant? What is the benefit in terms of English? What do you think? What will happen?
English communication will be improved. Then
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
More discussion can be made with each other so that communication skill can be improved. So,
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. So that is what it is. Like free speech itself, you can articulate your thoughts, right? So you can read out loud. So that is something maybe you can talk your point, you can articulate your point, but this is something not individually you're doing in a group. So that is what the group discussion is all about, right? So another very important thing is that this is also a criteria because I don't know whether some of you would have done this if this is one of the assessment criteria in the interview as well. When we go for an interview, so what they do is that face-to-face interview happens. Free speech also happens because what happens is that there might be 25 vacancies, but there would have been like 250 candidates who would have walked in. So how do you shortlist them? So what they do is that they use free speech or they use GD, which is called group discussion. They might have a written test. And finally, then they might have a process test as well. Some of the companies, they do like that. And finally, they will have the HR round or the operation round, right? So that is what it is. Okay, so now this group discussion is something, what will happen is that because this is something which we will do in the class, we are on Tuesday today. So we can do it tomorrow itself, right? So we can do tomorrow itself. And so now what will happen is that this will benefit you in terms of, again, now one is like you're talking individually, like we have done free speech. Everybody have done 2-3 free speeches. right? And another thing is that two topics also everybody have done. One is the Women's Day, another is the mobile smartphone. Now, this is another 2-3 topics we will do here also, right? Group discussion. So you will be talking in group. So this will become a conversation. Like Pooja will say a point, then Renuka will say, I also want to say this, right? Then what will happen is that Ankita will join and Ankita will say, this is also my view, right? So Akshita will share some point. Now, what is happening is that this is something where, which is like a casual kind of a talk. Like suppose you four are sitting somewhere, right? So what will happen? You will have some topic, you will discuss some topic. So that is precisely what we are doing here. Now you will talk among yourself, you will share your views, you share your thoughts. So that is precisely. Now, what is the benefit for us is that this is going to happen in English. This is similar conversation which will happen when you interact. Tomorrow you interact with someone, a group of people whom you have to interact. Then what will happen is that this is precisely what will happen. Okay, so I'll tell you what is the topic which I'll give you, right? So I'll give you a topic now since summer is catching up. Right, and so let's because there was a video which was also sent on water scarcity. Did you all see the video? Yesterday's video, English at 8. There's a small kid who she was talking about water and all the problem the world faces about the water and all. Right. So Ankita, did you do English at 8 yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Right, so you completely have forgotten. Okay, so what we can talk about is that summer is catching up. So we will talk about water, the lifeline, right? So we can talk about the water, the lifeline. So if you look at the topic, I've written it here. Water, the lifeline, right? So now, so you will only obviously talk in favor of it. I don't think so. This is like a debate where you will talk in favor, you will talk against and all. Everybody will talk in favor. So let's see what are the thoughts you can bring in, right? So as you all know, because like air and other essential things, because you also need soil for vegetation and a lot of other things. But this is something which you can't survive without food. Also, for 2-3 days you can survive. There are people who have survived for 14 days also without food. Right, so those kind of instances are also there. But water is something even max a day or two, you may not be alive, right? So that's one thing. So that tells how important is water and how, because in this particular what do you call age, where everything is industrialization, where everything is becoming concrete bricks. Concrete bricks is what? Concrete jungle. Cities are becoming concrete jungle. What is concrete jungle? Concrete jungle is nothing but it's like all construction, everywhere building, everywhere office, right? Concrete jungle. This is another very important word to know. I'm not giving you this. Concrete jungle. This is very often used. I've written that concrete jungle is like everywhere you see building, everywhere you see offices, everywhere you see, so there is no space for plant and other thing and all. So how you can discuss about this this particular topic, I'll give you some clue. First of all is that we all will talk as a team. So that is one important thing, right? So if Pooja is talking, now after Pooja finishes, then Renuka can join in, right? So when Renuka is talking, then she shares her points, then Ankita can say, yes, Renuka, I completely agree with you, right? So then Ankita will say some points. Then Akshita will also say, yes, I agree with them. So we will talk in a very, very team-spirited way. That is very, very important, right? So that is how we will do. So another very important thing is that we will give opportunity for everyone to speak and we will share our topic. I expect this to go at least for minimum 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes also. It can go for 10 minutes also. So have that much points. Because if you only aim for 15 minutes only, then you will end up 5 minutes. If you plan for 5 minutes, then you will do only 1 minute. So that is what it is. So you should have bulk of topic, lot of topics you should have, and you have to keep discussing. Now at this stage, if you see, you are all able to talk. If I ask something to Renuka, she is able to talk. Pooja, obviously, and the sisters, obviously, you tell something to you both, you are able to talk. So anything which is given to you, you're able to think in English, you're able to talk. right? So that is the best thing, right? So that is something very, very good one, which you're able to do. So only you need 2 points. Okay, so I'll give you some finer points about water, the lifeline. So one important thing is that how I said about concrete jungle, then because everywhere jungles are being cut to make houses. Even in rural places, there are a lot of flats and other things which has started coming, right? So that is one. And apart from that, how about in Kapu, Pooja? Do you have buildings and other things coming up? You live in Kapu, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how is the construction and other things going on?
Yes, sir. They are cutting the trees in the roadside and making the petrol bunk and
Absolutely. Houses, flats, and all.
yeah, even also flat.
Okay, so this is what is happening.
Water, sir.
Absolutely. Well, so don't go into English, Hindi now. We are in speak. Hindi is only for when you have very difficult situation where you're not able to understand what I'm saying. Then you will talk in English, or I can sorry, Hindi, and we can explain. Now you have to translate into English only. See, very simple. Don't waste water. Right. Okay. What are the other points?
Store the water in a.
Store the rainwater.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Think about this. So this is the topic I just gave. So right, so you're able to use English, get into the English mode. Very good, Renuka. Fantastic. Right. So these are the topics. So I'll leave the thoughts with you. I don't want to give you more. There are a lot of things you can talk about water. So I hope somewhere down the line the other participants can also, Rashmi, those who couldn't join in today, we can tell them what's the topic tomorrow. Because they will be logging in, and then they might be thinking that they will not be a part of the activity, saying that no, they didn't know what's the topic, right? So let's see how we can communicate to them. Okay, Renuka, thank you very much. Yes, Rashmi. Okay. Brilliant. So this is precisely what we will do, right? So it's very clear. What are the lifelines? So let's see what I'm already excited to see how you will be all doing, right? So that will be good, right? Minimum 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, minimum 10 to 15 minutes. So that is something which we have to do. Okay, brilliant. So what I will also do is that let's quickly look at the words which we have from you, right? So there are 2 words which has been pending for a long time now. So let's quickly do. I think Ankita or Akshita can start. Anyone can start, or I'll start with Ankita. Yes, Ankita. What are the 2 words?
Emphasize.
Yeah.
You should emphasize the point.
You should emphasize. Okay, can you all type here, please? Let's do that, because can you all type quickly and just type it here. Because then I'll have an opportunity, because we are going to assess you as well. Yeah, Pooja is fantastic. She's ready already. Let me talk to Suprita as well. Suprita, good morning. Nice to have you.
Good morning, sir.
Fantastic, fantastic. You can switch on the camera like others as well. And brilliant. So stay connected. That is very, very important, Suprita, because you asked for a change of time. You remember, because you are in the 8 o'clock, and we also selected for you the 201, right? So this is a convenient time for you. So please ensure your net is also fine, and you can become a part of this particular family, which is we are into 4th week. You might know others as well, so that's another way, and we are learning a lot of things, right? So that's something you can do. Great. So Suprita, one thing is that we gave 2 words in the last class. So those are the words which is written there. If you see in the chat box by Pooja, emphasize and dearth. These are the 2 words. If you haven't made the meaning, it's a chat box is there on the right corner. What you can do is that you can make the meaning of these words, and so I'll come back to you. So tomorrow we are going to do GD, Suprita. GD is like group discussion, right? So the topic I've written, water the lifeline is the topic. Water the lifeline. So you can talk about your thoughts. You can Google, and first of all, use your thought, how you're going to talk, what you're going to talk, why water is important, how we can save. Without water, why life is not there. Even if we go to other planet, first thing what we look is that we look for water. So these are the points you can talk. So we'll talk for at least 10-15 minutes, but this will be among you. All of you will be talking. I'll be only sitting, right? So you should have a lot of points where you can also contribute. So that is something you can do. So quickly make these what do you call points. And were you here yesterday? Did you join yesterday for the class?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you take the assessment on Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you did the free speech also on Friday, correct?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Okay, great. So stay connected. Brilliant. Join every day. So that's the brilliant thing, right? So yes. So Pooja has only typed it. So let's wait. Renuka has also typed it. So let's let others also do. 1 second. Okay, so I'll go to Pooja now, since she has already typed it. Fantastic, Pooja. Yes, Pooja, can you read your sentences, please? Thank you.
Emphasize.
Yeah.
A doctor emphasized that drinking plenty of water is good for health.
Fabulous one, Pooja. Fantastic. Very good. Yes.
Dirt. Use natural resources wisely. Otherwise, dirt may occur to our next generation.
Dirt may occur to our okay. Okay, I'm just thinking how I can see. Dirt is lack of something, right? Okay, I'm just thinking if we can slightly modify this particular sentence. Use natural resources wisely. Dirt may. Okay. How about like this, Pooja? I'm just rephrasing your sentence. I'm not changing your idea. What I am saying is that dearth of natural resources. First of all, listen. If you're convinced, then you can write it. Dearth of natural resources. Dearth of natural resources would affect our next generation. Dearth of natural resources. So what is dearth of natural resources? Lack of natural resources will affect our next generation. right? So this line, dirt may occur to our next generation. So this is slightly not clear, right? So we can avoid this. So what we can do is that it's a good thought, very good thought. As I keep saying, is that these are the sentence which you're making, and so that is really, really brilliant. So dearth of natural resources, or use natural resources wisely, or dearth may affect our next generation. Use this one. I have not changed anything. What I have done is that use natural resources wisely, otherwise remove. Dirt may affect our next generation. Rather than occur, change the word to affect. Okay, Pooja?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Okay, so look at Pooja, how she is using the first sentence is use, which is with caps. Then wherever there is a comma, she is using a comma. Then at the last, this is like a full stop. So this is precisely how you will be typing, right? So that is in terms like writing in a test. So that is what she's doing. Brilliant. I am very happy this activity has caught up really well in the group. Fantastic. So Renuka is the one who has typed now. And Renuka, yes, your chance.
Emphasis. My teacher heavily emphasizes studying.
Okay, my teacher, teacher. See, now when you say my, so it will be teacher or teachers.
Teachers.
R,
Teacher.
R will be teachers. My will be only one. Okay, so what you have to do is that remove the S. My teacher, you're talking about one teacher. Or our teacher.
Okay.
R when you
Hello.
and it can be teachers. Okay. So what you can do is that my teacher heavily emphasizes sizes. You can add an S in the end. Emphasizes
Okay, sir.
studying.
Studying.
Fantastic, Renuka. Fantastic. Fantastic. What's the next one?
Dearth. There is a dearth of qualified workers.
There is a dearth of qualified worker. Brilliant. There's a dearth of qualifying workers. This is a problem with the engineers as well. If you look at a lot of engineering colleges are closed. Why? Because it's all book knowledge. So book knowledge, how can you go and work in a company and start operating machine? So lack of qualified workers, because you're not giving qualified information, which diploma sometimes gives you, right? So brilliant, fantastic one. So another one thing, Renuka, I think I told you, we will not say no. So that is Tamilish also. You are going, you're coming, so also use in Tamil. So that we will not use. So don't say dirt, dirt. Clear?
Dearth.
Write it down.
Okay, sir.
Write it down. You have this habit, so don't fall into that habit. So this will make your language, even if you're talking, it will look like it will not look polished, right? So that's the word. Okay, fantastic, Renuka.
Okay, sir.
Brilliant, fantastic words. Okay, so next one is Ankita Shetty, who has typed it. Yes, Ankita.
Emphasize.
Yeah,
You should emphasize the point.
you should emphasize your point.
Yes.
Okay, it's like it's in general thing, so we don't know what the meaning of it. So you or why don't you emphasize your point? It's a question. Why? You can ask a question also. Why don't you emphasize your point? Right? You know Hindi, right?
No.
You don't know. Okay. Or else I would have answered in your language. Okay, fine. What's the next one?
Dearth.
Hmm.
In a company, there is a lot of dearth of workers.
In one company, in rather, or maybe in companies. So company In that team, there is a dearth of
Good players.
good players. Okay, in that team, there is dearth of good players. In that team, there is dearth of good players. Okay, fine, that's fine. So good, you can make quality also. Now try to do all those things. Good can be quality players, right? Quality meaning good also. Like that you can. So your English would look little bit better. Quality, you know the word, right? So these are the things which you can do. Fabulous one, Akshita. So let's go to Suprita has also quickly made the sentence. Fantastic, Suprita. Very good. Yes. What are the sentence?
Emphasize. It
Yeah.
is important to emphasize this point.
It is important to emphasize this point. Fantastic. Yes. What's for the dearth?
There was a dearth of pens that day in class.
There was a rather than a, there was dearth. A, remove it, right? There was dearth of pens, right?
Yes, sir.
There was dearth of pen that day in class. There was dearth of pen that day in class. So that can be okay. So A removed.
Okay.
So remove A. Okay. Fabulous. So we have done the sentence thing now. Brilliant. Fabulous one. So what is happening is that this is building up your vocabulary. Let me also tell you the comprehension which I gave for 201. The passage was so interesting, which was talking about the comprehension passage, completely about how we can improve our English. So that is precisely what we are doing in the class, right? So I'll show you the comprehension. If time is there today, maybe another day I'll show you. Okay. So that is precisely what we are doing. What this is happening is that building the vocabulary, building your vocabulary. Now next week on, what I'll do is that I'll be asking randomly some word and ask the meaning. So you should go through your notebook and come. Right. So that is also, this is how you will build up. If you write in the notebook, then you might forget. So this should go into your brain. Even someone wakes you up by 2 o'clock in the night and say, what is the meaning of emphasize? You should say importance, right? So that is how it will be there in your brain. Fantastic. So let's go to the lesson plan, what we have today, right? So we're visiting a lesson plan after some time now because we had assessment, we had free speech, we had other things, right? So let's do it now. I'm just sharing the slide. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so here we go. We have to complete, we have completed, just give me 1 second. We have completed till slide number 40. That is what my thing will say. Yes. Okay, so we have completed till 40. So that is when we did. Okay, so we will proceed further. So the thing is that let's do a quick kind of an recap what we have been doing now. Okay. Right. So a quick recap, not too quick, not too back, but at least we can start from the listening part. So we are on the four facet of our language. So that is precisely what we are doing. But if you see that we have to start the activity also in the class. We can't wait for the entire slide to get over, then we start the activity, right? So these slides are giving you a kind of an indication what is expected, how you can improve the language and those kind of things as well. So we are still in the four facet of the language. So this is a parallel thing, plus we will do the activity and we are building the vocabulary, which is what we are doing in the class now. So we talked about these important factors. By now, you all know, right? So what are the four facets of language, right? So you all know. Then we talked about importance of listening and speaking, because this is precisely what we are doing, is that if you look at our scores as well, our scores is more weightage is given to our speaking in the class, right? Because I want all the participants to be confident when they talk, whatever language they know, right? Whatever level they are, but they should talk confidently. If someone is asking a question, they should be able to confidently talk in whatever language they know, in whatever words they can use, right? They should not look a little bit confused or a little bit, what do you call, hesitant and all. That is the major objective of this particular training program, which I said on the very first day itself. That is the objective of the training program. So I want all my participants to understand what's being said and then comprehend, meaning respond. That is what it is. So more weightage is given to your assessment in the class, which is listening every day, because I'm saying something, you're listening. So I'm also making a note with me how you are able to understand what's being said. So that is point number one. For that, there is marks. Then we also have activity, right? And we are doing everyday activity, but activity on a specific day, how you're doing, right? Overview as well. So this has got bulk of your scoring, right? 60% of the scoring is done in the class itself. Test is 40%. So test will be also in terms of reading, because you're reading the questions. You need to understand what's being asked. So that itself is a part of reading. Apart from that, you have to do the writing in terms of the thing. So that is only 40%. So bulk of the things is happening in the class itself. So what the objective is that you should all feel confident even after this training program is over to talk in English in whatever level you are and comprehend, have an interaction. So that is the objective of this particular training program. So that is why we are not going too much into the grammar. We are not looking into the rules. For that, we don't have time also, and you are into the process also. So as I said, our thing is listening and speaking. Okay, so this is one thing which we have covered. So we also spoke about how this is so important in terms of the listening and as well as listening and speaking, which is very, very important. These are two important facets. So listening and how you can listen. A lot of things can be listened through a lot of tools, which is coming in the next slide. Speaking, no matter how much you know, speaking is very, very important. Reading is also something will help you speaking also. I've discussed that as well, right? Now, how can we get into the next level, mastery level? Then fun, because we are having a lot of other interaction as well in the class, and this is how your learning should carry on. And we spoke about listening. So, right, so listening, what are the tools which is available? Focused listening we talked about. There is casual listening, focal listening. I'm sure all of you are doing some sort of listening every day, right? Then apart from that, these are the tools. These are entertaining as well. It need not to be very serious kind of a thing where you have to take some very complex formulas and to do, right? Entertaining, music, YouTube, TED thing, or movies, right? Which is available free. And speaking, which we are doing in the class as well, outside as well, right? And start thinking. That's what I'm telling everyone as well, right? So this is important. You start thinking and then you can speak fast. And now you are speaking spontaneously. That is one good thing, because something is asked, you are able to think and able to say it immediately, right? So that is a very good thing. Buddy talk, if you have somebody who can help you. Then we came to the reading part. This is again like listening only. Only thing is that this is not, you are putting your effort. Listening is something, it hits your ear. Reading is something which you have to put effort. So reading, why it is important? I emphasize that because reading will give you, it could be any reading. So it will be in a proper language, a lot of words will come. See, even in every day, the English at 8, if you look at, there are a lot of new words which is coming. Some of the words I've given in the class itself as in thing. So this is how you will know, right? The vocabulary. You need vocabulary. When you go to a market, you need money or a credit card or a debit card in your wallet to buy something, right? Similarly, when you want to talk in the language, you need more words to keep getting better. So reading can help you a great deal. So I also talked about the newspaper part. Even one newspaper can be read for 1 week. Small paras can be read, right? A lot of new words will come, which will improve your vocabulary. Then practice loud, which I also very important, because when you practice loud, see, this word is a new word, dearth, right? So it is not dearth, it is dearth. And also I said that go to mobile, because there is pronunciation. One thing is using the word, second thing is using it properly. Then that's the only polish, that will only polish your language. So that is very important. When you read loud, this is also, you are listening. When you're reading, it's listening loud, it's going into your thing, and then somewhere down the line it's getting downloaded, you will be using that as well. Okay, so this is where we need to start with. So hopefully we can do one of this particular slide, or maybe if required we can do 2 as well. Let's see how much time it takes, then I can give you some words for tomorrow's exercise as well. Okay, so benefits of reading aloud, right? So what are the benefits of reading aloud? And so let's read one by one. So let's go to Suprita. Can you read the first 3 lines, please?
Oh, benefit of reading loud. Why read loud? Vocabulary building.
Okay, thank you very much, Suprita. Fantastic. Benefits of reading aloud. So that is what precisely what it is. Why read aloud? Why read aloud? So what is the benefit? So first thing is that vocabulary building, right? Vocabulary building. So what is vocabulary building? Ankita, what is vocabulary building?
Grammar.
Vocabulary building is not grammar.
Sentence.
No, vocabulary itself is like words, right? You will have a lot of vocabulary, you will have a lot of words which will be used for sentence. Got it? So vocabulary itself is like, it's like you will be using a lot of words, right? So these words will help you to make sentences. For example, right? So if you know the word dearth, now what will happen? Now you know how to use those words in the sentence. So all the words that somebody knows or that are used in a particular book, subject, etc. So vocabulary is words. So vocabulary is word. Vocabulary is not grammar. So grammar will be how you're going to use these words now, right? How you're going to use. I know, see, I have got, for example, what I've got, for example, I'm a hunter. For example, I'm a hunter. I have a gun, right? Hunter, I have to hunt something to eat. So I've got a gun. So now I need to know how to shoot, how to use this gun, how to shoot maybe birds or something like that. So that is what it is. So vocabulary is a tool. So vocabulary will help you build sentences, and so grammar is something in terms of the rules, in terms of a lot of other things which will come. So I'll probably explain to you what is grammar. So I can explain. So this is a good thing. So there's a difference between vocabulary and there is a difference between grammar. So I'll make a point or else I'll forget. Okay, so this is one, right? So great. Let's go to slide again. Okay, so vocabulary building. Vocabulary building is all the words, every word which is being given in the class on a day-to-day basis. That is all your vocabulary. That is the basket. And again, let me reiterate, this is not something which can stop in the class itself, right? So this should not stop in the class itself. You can, right, you can make more words on your own, right? You can build up. When you read, you will get more words. When you see a video, you will get more. Is how it's been used, how we can use it, what is the meaning of it. So there are a lot of things which will come, right? That is one, right? Pooja, can you read the next two lines starting from greater?
Greater exposure to literature.
Okay.
fluency modeling.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So greater exposure to literature. What do you mean by that? Greater meaning higher. Exposure meaning, what is exposure? You are exposed, right? So that is one. You are exposed, right? So that can be another word which we can use. Take it for today. You are exposed. So meaning greater exposure. Exposure. So greater exposure meaning you are exposed to the literature. What is literature? Can someone tell me what is literature in Kannada? What is literature? You have heard this word, literature, correct? What is literature in Kannada? Some great poet, some great writer, which we go and take book from library, literature, all the writing, all the great literature, right? So what it is. So that is, this will help you with that. So this will help you with that, the great literature. So what it's saying is that, okay, so what it's saying is that greater exposure to literature, meaning greater exposure to literature, meaning you are exposed to yourself. How exposed? Meaning I exposed to, why did you have sunburn? I exposed myself to sun. I was standing on the road for 1 hour. I exposed myself to sun. Okay. Why do you have why you have burn here? Because I exposed my hand when I was cooking on the flame. My hand got exposed. Right? He exposed all the secrets, meaning he gave exposure. He gave exposure. Is all you can make the change. Exposure is to expose something. So the thing is that greater exposure to literature meaning how the language is used, how it is formed, how we can probably take it and use it on a daily basis. So that is what it is. Okay, fluency modeling. In the sense, like, because it will also tell you how this language is effortlessly used, right? Effortlessly in terms of writing. So now this will also help us in terms like, it just like listening, which is helping with us speaking. This is helping how we can use this also. So this is the flow, how it is written. Okay, this is something which we can probably also use. So that is one. Okay, so the last one is left. So I'll read that for you. Easiest way of building all aspects of literacy, right? Easiest way, meaning this is one of the easiest way. You don't need anything. You don't need any electronic gadget. You don't need anything. Piece of article and you read it. Then what will happen is that easiest way, the best way to build all aspects. What is all aspects? All the parameters. He covers, he's good in all the aspects of language. What are all the aspects? Reading, writing, speaking, and another aspect, like the facet of the language, like listening, speaking, reading, and writing. He is good in all the aspects, right? So aspect meaning all the parameter, all the parts. That is what is the easiest way to build all the aspects of the literacy. Okay, brilliant. So we can, I believe we can stop with this. So if I quickly, I think I've got a lot of words which I can give to you here itself from this particular exercise today. So let's quickly recap what this particular reading is saying. This is, as I said, this is also very, very important, and which will help you to build up your vocabulary. This is very, very important, like listening, right? So let's quickly see what it says. Why read out loud? So the topic is that reading out loud. So reading out loud is like, so if I have an article, I'm reading it loud. So when I'm reading it loud, it's going in your mind. You're pronouncing the word as well, right? So that is one. So it will build up the vocabulary. As we saw, vocabulary is nothing but group of words or words which will help you to speak. Comprehension practice. Comprehension, like the comprehension passage which was given, or anything which you read. English at 8 is also kind of a comprehension passage which is also given a small article. So you understand the flow of the language. Greater exposure to literature. Literature is like writing stuff, like great poet, articles, or authors, anybody. So it don't have to be great also. Someone who has written something is literature, something in writing, that is literature. So greater exposure, meaning you're exposing to that particular part, meaning you're learning. That is what they're saying. Exposure. And fluency model, because fluency will come. That is what we want, no? Because everybody, what they do in market, fluency in English in 2 weeks, fluency in English in 4 weeks, right? But will it come? It's very difficult because it will come over a period of time. So you have to put regular practice only, then you will come. So it's like but this reading practice is a fluency modeling, which will help you in the long run. Easiest way to build all the aspects of the language. What are all the aspects? 4, which we discussed now, of literacy. What is literacy? Learning. So when we say he's literate, meaning he can read and write, right? When we say he's literate, India is so many percentage literate, meaning they can read or they can write. That is what it is. Literate meaning they can read and write. So easiest way to build all the aspects of literacy, meaning all the aspects of the language. So in the English language, all the 4 aspects, right? So that is what it is. Okay, brilliant. So this was a very, very important slide. I hope you got the benefit, what is here, and you can employ on your daily schedule as well, right? So that is something apart from work. See, this is where we have to break our comfort level. I keep saying this, and only then something can be achieved. right? If everything is there in the comfort level, we may not go to the next level. So that is very, very important. Brilliant. So that's bring to an end of this particular session now. And so we have just another 8 minutes. So what we can do with this is like, I can give you the words. I've got a lot of things from the participants itself today. So I've got words like vocabulary, what is comprehension, and good, I asked all those things. So these are the things I'll explain tomorrow. I'll take as homework for me so that I can see simply how can I explain all of you, right? So so good that I should ask these kind of questions more. So with that, I will also know that you are able to understand what's being said. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give you some words for today, which I said. So the first word is first word I used in the class, because if you see, I'm using the words which I used in the class, reiterate. I said that in the class. What's the meaning, someone? Saying something again and again, right? When you say something again and again, number of times, right? So I can also stop, nothing wrong, and if I put meaning also in the class itself, so that will be easier for you. So what's the meaning of that? Say something again or number of times. See, I'm saying you have to break the comfort level to learn something. Why I'm saying again and again? I'm reiterating. Why? So that you get the benefit. You get the benefit, how you can learn, right? So that is what it is. So I'm emphasizing. See, emphasize the word. Now this is a new word. This is not a new word for you because you know this word now. We made a sentence now, right? So say something again and again, number of times. Why you keep saying, like parents, they say, no, when the kids go to school, hey, don't go there, don't play there, and be careful, listen to teachers and come back. Correct? No, we say no. So why we say, we reiterate, we emphasize, we keep saying that, right? Reiterate. So I believe this is very clear, this word. Let me also make some sentence. I reiterated the importance of English language in the class, which we did in the first few slides when we did foundation, why this language is important. I reiterate the importance of English language. I reiterated the importance of saving electricity. Because you save electricity, then what happens is that there are a lot of families who don't have power, they will get power. I reiterated the importance of saving money. Right? That's one. So reiterate is like emphasizing, saying some point to emphasize the thing. Reiterate. I think I've made enough sentence so that should be very clear. So I used another word in the class, exposure. Fantastic word, exposure. Right? So let's use the exposure. Okay, so what is exposure now? Since I explained, anyone can explain what is exposure?
To express something.
To?
To express something.
To expect something.
To express something.
Expect.
Express.
Express something. Not exactly, Akshita. Not exactly. Exposure is like you exposing something, right? Exposing, expose. The journalist was very brave to expose the corruption against the company. Exposure, meaning open. He brought everything in open, right? He exposed. Okay, let me also type the meaning so you will understand. Brilliant. So that is precisely what I said is there in the meaning as well, where you're making something public. So not necessarily only in the act of making something public, meaning someone is bringing to public notice. So it has to be in the press and TV only? No. I exposed to the class, like today is Ankita's birthday. Right? I'm exposing. So this is like a secret. So this secret can be also exposed. So need not always like it has to be journalist exposing criminal charges, corruption and all. So I exposed like it is the what do you call birthday of Ankita. So I'm exposing that secret to everyone. So that way also I can expose. Okay. The teacher exposed the student when he was caught cheating. The teacher exposed the student when he was caught cheating. So something made public. Right? The grandfather exposed the will that he is going to distribute. What is will? His property will. All the property will. That he is going to distribute his property equally to all his sons and daughters. Exposed. That way also you can use. Okay, that's another word. So another word is like aspect, which we used in this class. Okay, aspect. So okay, so what is aspect? This is aspect, the word aspect. So what is this? Now the meaning. So aspect is like any parts, right? What are the 4 aspects of English language? We discussed that, right? Or the important aspects in life is that you need to work hard. The important aspect. So maybe the important thing, right? In work is like, in life is like you need to work hard. So I'll put the meaning also. Henceforth, I'll put the meaning as well. Right, so that will make the things very easy for everyone, right? So you will also not be in doubt, because after this one you might be straight away going to work also, meaning doing your work activity as well. So I'll put the meaning also. So I put the meaning also, type the meaning also. One of the qualities or parts of a situation, idea or problem. One of the qualities, right? So what are the 4 qualities or aspects of English? It's like listening, speaking, writing, and reading. That's what it is. What are the important aspects in life? The important aspects in life is like we need to work hard to come up in life, right? What are the 4 important aspects of public speaking? Meaning, what are the 4 important things you can do for public speaking? One is like you need to be confident, you need to have your subject knowledge, you need to be able to articulate well and speak well. So, parts. Okay. Brilliant. So we have come to an end of this particular session. It's 10 o'clock. I don't want to take any more time apart from the scheduled time, right? So I believe I really thoroughly enjoyed this class. I think we also made a little bit of interactive. So a lot of doubts were asked. So I'll come back with those doubts tomorrow. I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm sure you also enjoyed. And we will see you again tomorrow. And so that we can keep carrying this learning journey and we can get better each and every day, right? So thank you very much for joining and see you all tomorrow. I wish you all a good day. Bye for now.